Everybody needs a hero. As a fourth grader, I study many heroes, from legends to mythology. It's fun to read stories on the amazing feats of Paul Bunyan, Pecos Bill, Hercules, and many others. Heroes inspire us to achieve more in life. Recently, at Disneyland, we took pictures with our heroes. And at home, my little brother surrounds us with Captain America and the Amazing Spider-Man. It would seem heroes are everywhere around us. But there's one problem. Those heroes, they don't really exist. So today I chose to report to you about a very different hero. He's not as strong or as fast as Superman, and he has no magical powers to dazzle you with. However, he has inspired me more than any other hero. He has also inspired many other people, both young and old, rich and poor, and from every race and religion around the world. He lived in an age where life was much harder. His name was Jackie Robinson. I'm sure many of you know him as a baseball star who could hit home runs out of the park and steal bases like no one else before him. He was amazing at being able to predict just where the ball would be hit and be there to get the man out. He was strong, he was fast, he was talented, but that's not why I chose him as my hero. I chose him because he was courageous, even when everyone was against him. Jackie Robinson's amazing manager, Branch Rickey, was very wise. For almost 80 years, baseball had been segregated, meaning blacks could not play with whites. Back then, everything was separated, including hotels, schools, bathrooms, and even separate drinking fountains. Mr. Rickey wanted to change that. Mr. Rickey could have selected from hundreds of black men, but he chose Jackie Robinson. He believed in him and knew he was the right man who could change the sport and help to unify a nation by breaking the color barrier and limiting racism. Branch knew Jackie was strong and would not let anyone dishonor him. He warned Jackie that people would call him names, belittle him, and maybe even try to kill him. He asked Jackie if he could handle it and control his temper. But Jackie asked Branch if he was looking for a weaker man, because he was not the kind of man who would back down or shy away from a fight. Branch simply answered, "I want a man who has the guts and the strength, not to fight back and to be the bigger person." Branch started Jackie out on the Montreal Royals team in 1946. Jackie needed to prove himself first, before he could have a chance to play the big leagues. When it was Jackie's turn to bat, the pitcher would try to hit Jackie in the head, and people in the crowds would boo at Jackie, and they called him mean, horrible names. But Jackie did exactly what Branch Rickey told him to do. He stayed strong, and he didn't fight back. When Jackie signed a contract to be on the Brooklyn Dodgers and stepped out on the field, April 15, 1947, it was a big deal. Many of his own team players did not want him on the team. How would you feel if your own team did not want you on it? Would you be able to walk onto the field knowing everyone would boo at you? It takes a very special kind of person with a ton of courage to keep going despite all that meanness. Jackie's courage and self-control paid off because his team grew to respect him and the spectators to accept him. Black players started to be included in baseball and many other sports where they were not allowed before. Jackie opened the door for everyone who followed, not just in sports, but in schools and organizations all over the United States. Many boys and girls, both black and white, look up to Jackie Robinson. He has provided us with a role model to give us strength, to give us courage, to follow our dreams, even if someone or everyone tries to block you. When Jackie broke the color barrier, a young man had turned 18, Martin Luther King Jr. Jackie inspired Dr. King and was present during his famous I Have a Dream speech. Jackie integrated baseball before public schools or even the Army was integrated. Jackie helped to unify a nation. In respect of Jackie Robinson, no player is allowed to wear his number, 42, ever again. But April 15th is Jackie Robinson's Day, where once a year all the Major League Baseball players wear number 42 to respect all that Jackie Robinson stood for and accomplished by being brave. Without Jackie Robinson, we would have no players like Willie Mays, Hank Aaron, and many others. Jackie Robinson was not Superman, but in some ways, he achieved something more difficult than moving mountains. He moved the human heart, including mine, and he changed the face of history. I could have chosen to write about a hero from folklore or legend, but I chose a true